I've been getting you the worst of me. Now you wanna stay the night. Pretty how you work hard for me, but forgetting how to talk. Nah, I don't like no humble beats. Just go and spice it up.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. We are revisiting BODi today. I was sent yet another training from a BODi leader, I believe it is, and she is a yeller. She's one of those people who thinks she's talking in a regular volume, but when you actually watch it back and watch her training, she is yelling at her team the whole time. So it's sure to bring all of the cringe for us today. Now, with it being a BODi video, there is bound to be some type of body dysmorphia, disordered eating, and things like that that will come up. So if those things trigger you, please exit this video. I have a playlist up here that is full of content that does not contain any kind of diet or health related videos. So you can ensure that you will be safe inside of that playlist, and I'll see you over there. Everybody else, buckle up because we're going in.
All right, we're good to go.
But first, if you are new here, I do not blur out the faces in my videos. That is just a personal preference that I have decided to do, but this does not mean that I am inciting hate toward these individuals. I do not want anybody to go and seek these individuals out and send them hateful messages or leave them hateful, mean comments. That is not what my content is for. My content is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so please don't do that. And now we're gonna get the into it.
I think for fun this week, I really like to play with my my niche, my person that I envision. And I think I'm going to envision another Sarah into our team. So I'm just manifesting that now. Wow, it's on recording. Sarah's always seemed to crush it. So we're going to just add another one to the bunch.
So I think what she was doing in the beginning of this training is taking everybody's names down to enter them into a drawing for something. But the fact that she just said, I'm going to manifest a Sarah coming onto our team, and basically said, anybody whose name isn't Sarah, you fucking suck. That is the oddest thing to say on a team call when you're first just starting your call.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I decided I want to start a fun challenge for the month of August, and you guys will have to go back and retroactively do day 1, 2, and today. But we're going to do a digital tracker challenge, which I think is so fun. I go back and forth between using a paper tracker and a digital tracker. I haven't used my digital tracker in probably a month. But I actually really like it because it's really accessible from your computer and your phone. So I'm going to show you guys how to find it in case you don't know. And then I'll kind of tell you what I kind of thought up for the competition, if you will. So if you're on your phone, I'm just going to show you guys real quick. Shauna. And then I'll screen share and show you.
I feel like she should have had this pulled up already.
Holy frickin' frick. Okay, so if you are in, well, that's weird. Usually it pops right up. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, so if you're in your phone back office, right, you're going to, at the very bottom of the top dashboard, it says daily activity tracker. Click here. Oh yeah. And then it's like that. And then you just go click on the day. So today's August 3rd. And then scroll down and it's there. You can add tasks that you want to get done. And when you add a task, I'll show you this on the computer too. When you add a task, it lets you elect if you want to add it every day, or if you only want to add it on Mondays or just one time, which is really cool, kind of like a personalized track. And it's super easy just to check, right? So I'll show, and the cool thing is you do personal development, you drink your shake, you work out, and you post on your stories. You've completed 60% of the tracker, which if you guys did the 28-day action plan, which I did. So if you guys didn't, I'm not sure why, because it's free, it's easy, it's attainable, it's doable, it's in your back office, it pops up. And I like, as a coach who's or a partner or whatever who's produced the results, like I don't ever think I'm too good for things like that. And it was really helpful. Like it's always a helpful way to like fine tune things and kind of dig in and explore. So let me show you guys from the computer what it looks like.
I just want to add one more thing. You're probably going to notice a few cuts throughout this video in terms of the source video that I'm using because she pauses so much. So I'm just cutting it for time's sake. I'm not cutting any of the context out of the video.
Okay. So if you're in on quick view in your dashboard, the daily activity tracker right here, usually it's actually up here. Let me refresh this because it used to be like a little button right here. So looks like under quick view, it's right here, daily activity tracker. You can also find it under business tools. And so then you just go click. So make sure that there's a checkbox right here for share with my partner, so that I can track that you guys are doing it and see, I can look down, everyone's at 0%, which is fine. Like a lot of you just don't use the trackers, but make sure you click to share with my partner.
All of you are at 0%. You slackers. None of you are named Sarah. Or is Sarah also at 0%?
And then if I'm not your personally sponsored partner and you're in the competition, you just need to let me know so I can pull a different report to see what you've clicked. Now, this is going to be self-honesty, but I really want to stress that you just clicking an extra box to get to the percentage that puts you in the thing, like you're just hurting yourself. Because the real prize is not the prize I'm going to give you. The real prize is like pushing yourself to check more boxes every day.
I know that you're all thinking this. I also know it's an ad hominem, but her voice is so irritating right now. Not so much her voice, it's the tone that she's talking to her team in that is like, why do you think you're better than everybody?
And letting it not be 100% perfect, but doing it and doing more than you would have if you weren't doing it. Like that's the prize. And so I probably will like randomly check people, right? Like I'll randomly go check what you're checking. And if you checked that you shared to your stories a call to action and you didn't, then I'm calling your ass out on it. And
welcome to owning your own business in MLM, network marketing, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to check on you. I'm going to check to make sure you're actually doing the things you're telling me that you're doing, even though this is your business.
I've called many people out in the last month. So if you were one of those people, you know I'm not joking. Okay. So basically you're going to go through and check. So what I'm going to do is for each day that it is above 0%, meaning you just did it, right? Because everyone should be above 0% if you just take the time to check what you actually did. Like you should not be on this call spending an hour of your day if you haven't done anything on the tracker, including your workout, right?
If you wanted to skip your workout, skip your fucking workout. Oh, she's toxic already.
So each day that it's above 0%, you get 1 point. Each day that it's above 60%, you get 5 points. And each day that it's above 10%, or above, each day that's above 85, I think I was said 85. I think it was 89 because 85 didn't exist when I clicked through it. Each day it's above 85, you get 7 points. And each day that it's 100, you get 10 points.
And she just totally pulled that out of her ass. Like she's pulling these things out of her ass as she's on this call. Why was she not prepared before the call?
And then I'll break it up into categories of like new partners, emerald partners, lifetime diamonds, not current diamonds, and then current diamonds and above. And each category, whoever gets the most points will get a prize. And then if you're on the board with points, if you didn't win the category, then I'll I'll put everyone else into like a spin the wheel type of situation for a prize. But this is the reason I'm not even saying what the prize is. It's because it's really not about the prize. It's really about just like building that habit of checking the tracker. And I think this is a really cool level of accountability, right? Like what we do as coaches makes us get the best results because it gives us accountability to show up. And like no one here can deny that the accountability of saying publicly, I am a coach or partner, or whatever you call it, helps you show up to your own goals. And so the accountability of checking the box that I can see your tracker and getting points for it, right? Like I always talk about, like, I like to reward for action, not only results. Results is long-term, like should be a side effect. Otherwise, you're probably lying about your actions, or we need to dig into them. But I like being able to reward that. So the other idea that I came up with is the badges competition. So every person who has any badges basically gets to enter this contest. But so we'll do 2 different prizes and they'll be rewarded at the end of the year, and it'll come out of my $1,000 bonus.
You should be grateful because I'm taking this out of my $1,000 bonus. Of course, it's something that you are going to be purchasing if you are the person that is doing the giveaway. You don't need to emphasize that to, it's almost like that passive aggressive type of behavior where people are like, I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart and I'm using my money to gift you this thing. Like you go to a birthday party and you're like, I bought you this gift with my money that I made at my job, and you should be grateful for that. It's so irritating and just, again, toxic.
And it can either, I get the $1,000 bonus because I will not miss Success Club. So as long as you have 11 months in Success Club and you have someone on your team hitting Success Club in 10 of the months, then you get a $1,000 bonus. It's called the executive bonus. And so I was thinking I wanted to use that for something fun, right? Like Christmas gifts, or, you know, every year we donate, by we, I mean, the first year some people donated and last year one person donated, but we as a team donate.
She just keeps calling out her team. Like some people donated and then last year one person donated, and then that fucking smirk. Oh my God.
To a family for Salvation Army. So I was thinking to use it towards that, but I thought, how fun would it be in the spirit of rewarding action to do a badge competition? So one will be overall amount of badges earned.
Did she really say she donates to Salvation Army? Of all the charities in all the world, you pick Salvation Army. From what I understand, they are not the most ethical charity to be donating to. But of course, that is just allegedly and word of mouth. I have not done any kind of deep dive on the Salvation Army.
And for each badge you've earned, you get a point, and then, or you get an entry, and then you draw. So the more badges you have, the more entries you get drawn for the prize. The second one will be any badge earned after August 1st. So no badges prior to August count for the second entry. That one will be a bigger prize, like think $250 if you take the cash option, or a different surprise that I have in mind. And that'll just be for the most amount of badges earned starting August 1st. So super blocks, the sound bath meditations give you a badge. The mindset content subjects give you badges. There's little 1-week badges. So it's really fun to be able to go do the badges and have fun that way. So even if you're doing a longer program, which I would definitely take into account if someone got like Morning Meltdown 100, like that's probably going to count as more than one badge, right? But even if you're doing that, you can still go get other badges, like the mobility badges, the 630 badge, the sound bath badges, the mindset badges, and all of that. So it will be self-reporting. I'll put a check-in on the featured part of the Facebook group, and you guys will check in with your badges on there each week. So we used to do tracker check-ins in the team page, which I think were super effective. Even if only a couple people did it, it was more than 0 people doing their trackers, which happens a lot when you aren't held accountable. So instead of doing a tracker check-in, I'm going to recognize in the team page each week, each person who got anything done on their activity tracker and on the digital one. And if you, for some reason, don't want to participate in the digital tracker, you can post your paper tracker, but you won't be counted into the prizes that I draw if it's not also reported onto the digital tracker. So that'll be kind of like a fun, I think, recognition. I like to pump up the recognition, especially this time of year. So we'll do tracker recognition once a week. The trackers go Thursday through Wednesday. So I'll do the recognition so they follow the Beachbody week, right? So I'll do the recognition every Friday for the week that ended 2 days before it. And then just to show you guys kind of a quick little way to find badges to find badges you're close to that you want to earn, and also like a quick way to find classes. There's also To Be Mindset badges, To Be Pregnant badges. There's badges for like everything. So you can go to BODi badges. When you're on your phone, you can just click your little icon for your profile and then click badges. And that's what's really cool, is it will tell you the badges that what the hell? Oh, I'm on because I am a psycho and super competitive. I am logging in my other business center where all my badges are. I'm like, why do I have 4 badges? That is not right.
Oh, what? Did y'all see that? Did she just rat herself out on a team call that she has more than 1 accounts with Beachbody? Now, or BODi. I'm always going to call it Beachbody because that's what I know it as. I'm not super familiar with this new system, admittedly so. I can only learn so much so quickly, so I'm working on it, I promise. But you're not supposed to have 2 accounts, I think. I think that's means for termination. I could be wrong. This could be like an app thing that is different from like your BODi account, whatever. I don't know. Let me know if you're more familiar with BODi in the comments. Let me know. Is that what just happened? Did she just accidentally show us that she has 2 BODi partner accounts? Because that is very interesting.
Okay, now here's the kicker. Oh, everyone who has a personally sponsored PC partner or customer who earns a badge, then your entry into the badge competition doubles. And for every person who has a personally sponsored person submit their tracker, so say Sarah Wagner submits her tracker, and then Christine submits her tracker, and then I know there's is Catherine under Christine? Okay, so say then someone under Christine submits their tracker, then Sarah will get double and Christine will get double because you have someone. So like Nicole, if you submit your when you submit your tracker and Tiffany submits hers, then the entry, Tiffany still gets her entry, but your entry will double for sponsoring someone that you've encouraged to do it. If you bring in a new partner or a new customer who has done a badge for the first time or submitted a tracker for the first time, then it will triple your entry. If they're a customer that, has already earned badges and they earn a badge, it's double. But if they've never earned a badge and you've encouraged them to earn the badge, then you get a triple entry for it. And just to let you know, Keyshawn is in on this competition. She is taking information. It was like an idea that sparked when I was having a conversation with her. And so she's like, yes, try this out. Like, do this. I want to watch. I want to know how it's going. I want to see how it fires up your team to engage their people into badges and the daily activity tracker, right? Because you don't have to even worry about mentoring someone. You can be like, my team's doing a fun thing. Your job as an accountability partner is what we're called now instead of coaches, is all in the back office. I'll show you where to find it. And if you don't know how to complete it, you can click on it and there's a video that trains you on it. And I'm going to be right here with you trying to check as many boxes as I can every day. like give this a try for a month, right? Then it's so easy to hype them up. You have no expectation on yourself to mentor them or lead them. You're just showing them the tracker and you're telling them they can win a prize, right? And people who are coming in for the first time earning these badges and these trackers, like I'll be shouting them out, giving them prizes, but Keyshawn is in on this and she's watching and she wants to see how like we respond to like a fun kind of encouragement, and she will be included and looped in on rewarding separate from me. And so when someone in corporate has anything to do with an award or a reward, you definitely want to do it. I don't know what it is, but I know it'll be fucking awesome. And she'll probably come talk to like, you know, the top 10 people of each category, right? Like the top 10 badge earners and sponsors and the top 10 digital tracker completions. They'll probably get like a private workshop with Keyshawn, which is $399 if you go pay for it.
Are you fucking kidding me? These people are out of their goddamn minds.
For an hour of her time, but she'll donate that, I'm sure. No promises, but I would be shocked if she didn't. So super cool, fun opportunities there. So when you're in badges, you can view all the badges you've created, or the badges that you've earned, right? And then it'll give you the ones that you're closest to in order after that. So for instance, like Perfection Detox, you can click on the gray badge and see, okay, I've completed 4 of these videos. And then it tells you the ones you need to complete. And you can just click right through them through the badge page to earn your badge, which is nice because look, job 1, I probably have like 2 workouts left. Oh, okay. Well, apparently I have 11 workouts left. Whatever. Sean signs into my thing, so I figured there was more.
Probably just have 2 workouts. Oh, just kidding. I have 11. She's a truth bender, I feel like.
Let's see. What's one that probably has 630 probably has, okay, half of them, right? Like, that's an easy badge for me to go earn. Like I just have to go do these 2 workouts, right? Morning Meltdown 100, right? Like there's no way I haven't earned that badge, right? But tracking and which business center what business center are you signed into makes a difference as well. And if you let it finish playing out. So if you finish your workout and you don't stretch, please stretch. But if for some reason you don't, let it time out, like let it run itself all the way out. Don't like stop it and turn your TV or your bike off with like 30 seconds left or your badge won't count.
See, that's why they had to change their name from coach, because if you don't, shouldn't be a thing. Like if you are actually doing your job as a mentor and coach and personal trainer, even though most of these people are not actual accredited personal trainers in any way, shape, or form, you would never say, if you don't stretch, unless you're telling somebody what happens if you don't stretch. For example, if you don't stretch, the likelihood of you pulling a muscle, getting an injury, anything like that is very, very high. That's the only time that you should say, if you do not stretch. You should not give them the option to not stretch and just say, you won't get your badge if you don't stretch. No. You need to be stretching. End of story.
Somebody's grouchy.
I'm in a really bad mood today. I have a feeling it's going to come across for this entire video. So my apologies, maybe.
What does everyone think about that? Does that encourage anyone at all? Or is this just going to continue being tumbleweeds?
Is it just going to continue being tumbleweeds? Is anybody going to fucking talk? How is anybody on her team? That's what I want to know. If you are a person that is or was on her team, how do you put up with this? I just cannot. I would lose my shit.
Can you send all the details in writing? Because I feel like hearing it, I'm excited for it, but reading it, I'll be able to retain more, if that makes sense.
I can post this, but I can't promise that I'm going to take the time to write that out.
What the But she's going to take the time to follow up on your Instagram and make sure you're posting stories if you're checking the box.
That dumb bitch.
She sucks.
Bitch, this is your team. This is your responsibility that you took on when you accepted that $1,000 bonus for whatever you can get it for. You need to be helping them when they ask for help. This is the one of the biggest problems in MLMs, and why so many people fail is because of this individual here, how selfish she is. She's in this for the money, and that's it. She's not there to help anybody. She's definitely one of the people that as soon as you leave, her best friend mentality with you is out the fucking door with you. It's gone. This is infuriating. I'm so mad for that woman. She spoke up on a call and asked for help and this individual said, I can't promise I'm going to take the time to do that. Well, then you shouldn't be getting a fucking $1,000 bonus. First of all, if that was another account on BODi to begin with, you should be terminated because it's against compliance. And I really, honestly, kind of hope it was, because you don't deserve a team if you're going to talk to them like this. Told you, I'm feeling a certain type of way today, so I'm not holding any thing back. This is what nightmares are made up of. Okay, let's carry on.
Okay. I can, as long as I can replay it versus just listening to this now and then being like,
I might write it out. I just I'm not going to commit to it because I'm not going to make it like a priority on top of my list, right? But if I don't do that, then I'll go live, but I'll definitely post this because obviously everyone's not on the call, so everyone needs to know about it anyways. I'll post the basics of here, make sure you're doing this and doing that, but I probably not in the immediate future with how long my to-do list is and my focus on Team Cup. I'm not going to post all the exact details of 60% earns this many points and all that. I could take a picture of my page and put it in the comment section when I post the check-ins also. I really want to see more engagement in the team page. I know that I've mentioned that on a couple calls, and I know people are busy, right? But this is all of our team. We are all leaders, all of us that we all belong to the page, right? And when you recruit someone onto the team, you want to feel proud to add them to the team page and know that they're going to look in the team page and see your involvement and see your leadership as well. So I really don't want to make it a reward system, because I think that of course it should be rewarded, but I really want you guys to just do it because you see yourself as leaders, because you are. And I want to see whatever it is, right? Ashley Herrera has this awesome decluttering challenge. I'm on day 7. I think I got 8 in my email today, but I'm on day 7. And it's a 10-day challenge. She sends you a little a verse, kind of a daily verse type of situation, and then a declutter challenge for the day for home organizing.
What in God's creation is happening right now? I'm not sure what the we're talking about anymore. Now we're talking about decluttering challenges and being active on the page. Ma'am, it's your page. It's your team page, so it's actually your responsibility to get in there and interact with the people that are in there. Otherwise, nobody knows what to post. They need direction, and apparently you do too.
Maybe I'm not saying you have to, but you could share that into the team page. Or if you created a resource, like a customer getting started list or a coach getting started list, or you've just tweaked one of the resources we already have available and you like the way you tweaked it and you want to share it with the team and add value to the team. Maybe you want to go live and just share about an invite, or share about, hey, I got my first no and this is how it felt, or hey, I feel motivated, or hey, I'm feeling a struggle in this part and I'm not here to complain about it. I'm here to say I'm struggling with this and I could really use a connection and an accountability to focus on that. So somebody who's maybe also wants to focus on that, or someone who's this is their strong suit and I can add value to you. Does anybody want to partner up for the month, right? Or just any type of thing like that. Maybe you want to go into the page and just be celebrating, or maybe you just see someone on the team, even if they're not directly your sponsor, maybe they're lateral or whatever, but you see someone on Rise and Thrive and they encourage or inspire you and you just want to shout them out. It doesn't have to be a fancy graphic or a fancy shout out. You could just don't share posts though, because that actually hurts the algorithm. What? Also, don't share your posts into message threads, because that hurts the algorithm.
What the hell are you talking about?
So if you want people to like come show some love on a post, write like, just drop like we need to come up with one emoji to put in our thread. And that emoji means go to my most recent post, or put that emoji in the person's name to go to their most recent post.
Whose fucking algorithm does sharing hurt? Where is she getting her information?
Because the Facebook algorithm is even picking up on like, hey, can you guys go show this some love? Can you comment on this? A lightning bolt. Perfect. So if you post a lightning bolt, then that's asking, hey, can you guys go show this post some love? I really put a lot of work into it and I could use the algorithm, right? That's what it's saying. We're not saying any of those words. If you post a lightning bolt in someone's name, that means go support this person and show love on their page. So if you're shouting someone out, just don't share their post into the team page, but maybe save their photo onto your phone and then post their photo and be like, just had to shout out Nicole because she's showing up with these fun little reels every day and she keeps tagging me and I'm loving it. And I know people are watching, like, keep going. Don't forget people are watching, right? Like, keep going, right? Like encouraging people. Like, that's always what I just like wish I could, like, I've been trying to find a text system that doesn't cost $1 trillion to send texts out, so that like we could have like a text, not a thread, but like you guys would opt in to leadership texts that I could send out. I found one that did voice memos, but again, it was like over $1,000 a month. I'm like, oh, okay, I could just go send the voice memo. Like, I'd rather keep my $1,000, but yeah, you should tell me about that after the call, Jess. But like, if I could send you guys a voice memo every day, I would like hype you up, right? Like everyone that's subscribed to the leadership thread would get it. But I would say almost every day, like, please don't forget to show up today. Like, just because your results didn't come into fruition yet and you've worked really hard for 3 weeks and you haven't gotten your goal or you haven't gotten any yeses, like, don't forget that 3 weeks has planted so many seeds and it's gotten so many people watching. And the worst disservice you could do to yourself is to stop now. Like, keep going, because one, you win when you keep going. Makes you show up better when you're holding yourself accountable to share it with other people and talk about it and repeat it. And the more you do it, the more comfortable it gets.
She's forgetting to mention that she needs them to do what they're doing so that she can get her bonuses and her big paychecks and be at the top of the pyramid.
Right? Like, I don't even flinch at like showing my freaking my loose skin to people anymore. Like, who would have guessed, right? And it's just because I did it so many times that I'm like, I don't even think about it anymore. It used to make me anxious, right? And like, if people didn't like validate me within a couple of weeks, then it might be a habit I would have stopped if I wasn't working on my mindset and reminding myself every day, show up, be yourself, take your filters off, show your shit, like, be real about it. And the more you do that, the more you're going to connect with the people you want to connect with, because people value that, right? Like, think about going to a page where someone's life seems unattainable. You're just comparing yourself to them. You're not inspired by it. My goal has always been that people can go to my page and be like, holy crap, if she can be so real and if she can do it, I can. Like, I don't want anyone to ever go to my page and be like, wow, she's so impressive. I want them to be like, holy shit, I feel like I can do this now. Right? And when you're just trying to be perfect and show the perfect parts of yourself, that's not the feeling they're going to get. And so sharing your messy middle, like, I think the biggest gift I gave myself, my business, and everyone here and everyone that will join me in the future is that I shared at every touch point. I wish I shared a little sooner than like halfway into Morning Meltdown, because I had already lost a little bit of weight, but I wasn't ready to even show my body. And I started showing my face. And then on like day 97, I posted my first actual video. But I've always shared, like, people have watched me, right? And I share when I gain a little bit of weight, and I share when I lose it. I share what I'm doing. I share what I'm going through, not details, but like if I'm having a hard time or if I'm, right? Like, people watch and people relate, and people all the time are like, my stomach looks exactly like that, or blah, 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 right? Like, that's the stuff people relate to and then are able to see themselves in you and then think of you when they think, who has done what I want to do? They think of you, not the person who's not relatable. Right. And that's why it's also so powerful. I was talking about this on a call yesterday, and I want to share this call onto the team page. I asked her for the recording because I got like so fired up about Morning Meltdown. I was like, can I have that recording? Because I don't know if I can do that a million times, right? Like there's only so much energy in one person's body. But I was talking about like, I watched Danny for a year and a half, and really I never felt like I could relate to Danny, aside from the fact that we had kids around the same time. But I watched, like, she never had and it didn't stop me from joining her, right? But she didn't have a before photo that I could look at and think she knows what I need, what I'm in for, right? Like I couldn't relate to her and where she came from. And I didn't feel like she could relate to my, like what I was facing, my obstacles of losing a best friend, of having a lot of weight to lose, of not liking fitness, of not having a fit pregnancy, of not being an active mom that dresses her kids in all the cute clothes, right? Like I didn't feel relatable to her. I watched for a year and a half and I was inspired by her sharing ups and downs, which is relatable. And I was inspired because she would talk in her stories every single day about something inspiring that I needed to hear. And she would kind of call people on their shit. So whereas I couldn't necessarily see myself in her, she was talking directly to me because she would constantly say like, I'll never understand why people think this way or why people choose this or choose that. And she would call it out and talk directly to me, right?
Oh my God. Is she ever going to stop talking about herself? This is so annoying.
You just sometimes come across like me, myself, and I.
It's dreadful.
But then where it really all came together was when she was in the Morning Meltdown test group and she was posting other people's transformations. Because then I started seeing myself in other people and I started seeing what those people had accomplished at the 50-day mark and going, oh, my picture looks exactly like that. I look exactly like that. She looks like I would love to look like that in the second picture, right? And so then I started seeing like, okay, it's not just this girl in her perfect world getting perfect results. These are other real men, women of all ages, shapes, sizes, gender, races, right? Like that, like really brought it all together to me. And that's when I signed up for Morning Meltdown. So don't forget, I mean, tagging people in your reels and in your stories, dancing with Energize is great. Keep doing it. Like it's great camaraderie and connection and all that. But really like the meat of where we're all going to help people is when we're like sharing someone's transformation post and being like, this is a real person on my team. I have met her. She's my friend. Look at what she accomplished. Right? Like she inspires me. And you know, like that type of thing. That's something that like Kristen and Maya, they're my great friends, right? I don't talk to them a lot. Same with Hannah, which is their upline. But they are constantly using my transformation and tagging me and being like, this is my friend Stephanie. This is my friend Stephanie. Check her out. And every time I'm like, fucking geniuses. Why wouldn't you do that? Like,
why wouldn't you use my photo? Because it's all about me and body. That rhymed. I didn't mean for it to rhyme.
Because, right? Like even my audience, I've lost 100 pounds and my transformation is very visible and I share it all the time. But when I share other people's stuff, it's just more of a pull because they're like, oh, she's not the only one. She's not a unicorn. Like the success is on her whole team. Right. So like, and it feels good to just shout. It feels good to share your friends anyways. Like it feels good. I love when Hannah and Kristen and Maya tag me. I'm like, oh my God, I love you. Right. Like, thanks for sharing. I'm not like, oh my God, they're using my transformation for business. I don't care. We have a lot of friends in common. Like I have a lot of like connections that I've invited. And I'm always like, whatever, if you worked harder than me and you nurtured that connection more than me and you invited them, even if I know them and you don't, that's my problem, not yours. Like I'm not going to be mad about that. Like that, the amount of times that my people have like my friends have signed up with other people or my coaches, like customers had switched over to someone else, right?
I don't understand why they would leave or switch. I really have trouble understanding why.
Sarcasm noted.
Right? Like I'm never like, oh my God, I'm an awful person. I'm like, man, that feels like shit. And I'll let it feel like shit for a minute. And also not everyone is for me. And also like, there's a reason that happened. And so I can learn something about that. Right. And sometimes it's like, wow, I really liked working with that person. So Sometimes I'll even ask said person like how I could have grown, and I'll apologize for not supporting them. Sometimes I'll know immediately, oh my God, I dropped the ball. Like I never even added them into the Facebook group. I'm an idiot. Or I'll be like, I never even invited them, right? Like, why did I never invite them? Like, obviously that's why Kristen signed them up. She invited them, right? Like I know them. I'm friends with them. I've met them in person. They watch my social media. They know this works. And then Kristen rides in and invites them. I really can't be mad about that. Even if she doesn't know them. She's not stealing anyone from me. I didn't freaking invite them. She did. Right? So it's like, that's just a learning lesson for me when my friends go sign up with other people. And I'm like, wow, I've actually been connected to them for a long time. So I'm probably part of the reason they were encouraged to sign up. And I never invited them. There was even one time where they had messaged me and I never messaged them back. And they signed up with someone else on the team like months later. And you know what? If it's someone on Rise and Thrive, like I'm just as happy with them signing up with you as I am with me.
Of course they are, because you're still going to make money off of them.
If it's someone else on Boss Babes, great. Or someone else in BODi, great. And there's always a learning lesson. But sometimes I also can see that and be like, okay, that's not a learning lesson. Like I just don't have the capacity to deal with that person. They trigger me. And maybe they don't trigger someone else, but maybe they just trigger me. Like some people just stress me out. And no matter how many boundaries I set, it's not enjoyable to even see their name pop up. And so when they switch to someone else, I really don't care. But I also have to recognize sometimes that what can I learn here? Where could I have grown here? Or is this okay? But me not caring when someone switches because I would never sign someone up and then just like ignore them and not support them. But maybe I wouldn't give them exactly what they're wanting because maybe they're wanting or expecting more out of me than I think is reasonable, right? They're expecting me to have their journey for them. Will I handhold and cheer you on at the beginning, especially? Yes, and always. I'll always encourage you and give you a community. And if you schedule a freaking call with me, I'll get on that call. But some people take advantage of that and then they think I'm in the wrong when I will not meet with them weekly when they are not working out. No. I'm not going to remind you 9 weeks in a row why you should work out when you never press play. Like work out and then we will meet again. Not because I think I'm more valuable or that my time's more valuable than you.
You sure about that?
But because that's just not conducive to anyone, right? Like why spend time on Zoom with me talking about working out when you can just work out? So anyways, always something to learn there and always a reminder that, oh yeah, not everyone in this world is meant to work with me. Because sometimes someone that said no to us might have sucked and drained the living energy out of us and might have kept our energy and then we might not have had the energy and the excitement and the passion, one from a mismanagement, but two also because maybe you just got burnt out from trying to pour into someone and they're demanding and they're constantly saying things that are like pushing you down and giving you a bad mindset. And it's like, you can't resist when that person decides not to do this anymore. It means nothing. It also means, guess what? Now my energy doesn't have to be sucked dry. Because what if your dream team person came onto your team, but your energy was being sucked dry by someone else that was demanding and negative? So good thing someone that sucks your energy dry has gone somewhere else or has left or has stopped sucking your energy dry.
I'm curious how many times she made this speech and how many times people were like, holy shit, she's the one sucking my energy dry and left BODi. I mean, I'm just saying the point that she is trying to prove might actually end up biting her in the ass in the long run.
Or you're continuing to let somebody who doesn't want to do these workouts or who came in and quit or who doesn't want to do the partner thing or who came in and partnered and quit or who came in and partnered and is just like in ghost land, like saying they're coaching but doing nothing, right? All of that, if you let that suck your energy, it will. And then the energy that you need to excitedly recruit and help people get excited will not be there because you're spending energy trying to pull people out of the mud and trying to bring them back from the dead. But your energy is better spent exciting yourself, focusing on the things that rev up your energy, fire you up, reminds you of what you offer, which is diving internally into your personal development, your fitness, your nutrition, crushing your journey. So you're getting excited about it, and then focusing on the things and the people that excite you. And if you don't have a customer or personally sponsored coach that excites you, find someone on the team who inspires you, whose energy excites you, and get in touch with them and just sponge them, right? And don't suck them dry, but give them energy and take energy from them. Like, that's how teams always, you will never do as much on your own. Whoa, my chair just went down. You'll never do as much on your own as you will if you lean into the team, because it's infectious. Like, one person who's energetic, but you get around 3 people and you're transferring good energy to each other, you're all going to have 3 times the energy and 3 times the impact and 3 times the effect that than you would have had on your own. Which is also just in numbers terms, that turns into 9 times the effects on the world, right? Like, that's really powerful. So leaning into the positive things that excite us. You know, I was thinking so much yesterday. I was like, just kept going to these thoughts in my head about like one person at my work and like how they feel about me. And then like one person in the body world and like what they think and how they feel. And I was walking to the mail and out loud, I'm like, why am I giving so much of my time and energy to this today? I can't control how they see me. I can't control what their thought is. And I'm sitting there having a conversation with myself and I'm like, it does affect my reality when somebody is viewing me in the wrong way and therefore treats me differently, right? My experience during the day is different when they treat me that way. And it might take away some of the, you know, quality interactions I could have or some of the opportunities that I might have. But me thinking about how they feel is never going to answer how they feel. It's not going to change how they feel. And it's just sucking me dry. Like, I can't sit there and create and be excited and go share and go recruit other people when I'm thinking about what one person in the body world might think of me. Like, I was literally thinking, like, I wonder if she thinks I'm just like this goody good that like has never even cursed. And like, she doesn't want to be friends with me because of like, who fucking cares if she thinks that?
This is very clearly the Stephanie show. Like, hey team, come for an hour training where I'm going to talk all about myself.
Who fucking cares, right? I'll just make sure I curse next time I talk to her so she knows who I am. And if it becomes a problem that I can't stop thinking about, then I need to address it with her instead of just letting it suck my mind. Or like, I do this a lot where I'll think like about someone on the team, like, why are they like not going to team calls? Why are they?
Because they don't want to hear your fucking life story and your boo-hoo crying, and they're sick of your shenanigans, I'm sure.
Like, me thinking about it more and getting upset about it is going to change anything. And so yesterday, as I was doing, after I walked back from the mail and had this whole conversation out loud with myself and decided like, okay, I'm just going to start mindset ninjaing myself and changing the topic. And I said, every time I'm going to write it down. I'm going to write down, okay, I was thinking about what Karen thinks about me. I thought again, if Karen likes me, or if Karen thinks I do a good job, or if Karen thinks this or that. I thought again, what this person thinks about me. And I started writing it down. And I was like, okay, I'll look at this list in a couple days. And if I've still thought about it, I'm addressing it. I'm going to ask Karen, hey, am I doing okay? How do you feel about everything? I never know unless I get feedback. Or I will ask the person, hey, are we okay? Right? And there is someone that is important to me who I'm not getting from that they care about our friendship and it's hurting my feelings. And that's one of the things I wrote down several times, right? And I have slightly said something and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to address it this weekend. And if they choose not to respond, or if they choose not to be truthful and honest and have an adult conversation with me, then I can't control that anymore. I have to accept what I can't change and I have to move on, right? And it doesn't mean, oh, you're dead to me because you didn't care about our friendship in this season. It means, okay, I'm acknowledging that this is draining me, that I have put myself out there a couple times in the conversation. I'm going to tell her I love her. I'm going to stop bugging her. And when she's ready, I'd love to catch up, right? Or whatever that looks like. And I'm going to release it. And I'm going to accept that I don't know why, but me trying to figure out why does nothing but keep me in. If you plug it into the life coaching formula, the story I'm telling myself is that she doesn't care about me as a friend anymore. And it makes me have thoughts about like that I'm not good enough or like what's wrong with me, which makes me feel sad and less than, which makes me take actions that are to try to validate myself or to try and get external validation, which are not the actions of a leader that is recruiting and helping other people.
This is what happens when we allow people off the streets with no credentials to coach and also be life coaches within BODi. This is the result. Is this what we want in the world? We want more of this? I know. I am being a rotten bitch right now, and I'm okay with admitting that.
It doesn't bother me at all. I don't really care.
But this individual is not coming across as kind either. She started by belittling her team and publicly shaming them for having 0% on their tracker, which who gives a fuck? With everything that's going on in the world right now, do we really need to focus on a fucking tracker? No, we don't. This is almost unbearable for me to even watch. We're almost done though. We're almost done.
And searching and seeking for validation, which is like the action that I would probably plug in if I was like filling out the life coaching formula, that would come from the feelings of like less than and thinking what's wrong with me. Then I would try finding self validation, right? By looking for, like responses from people and then getting sad when I don't get them. And then what I'm not doing when I'm looking for that is I'm not looking for who can I help and how can I be authentic? Because when you feel less than, you're not going to take an action that's authentic and brave and courageous. When you are sitting there asking yourself, I don't get it. Why don't they like me? I don't get it. Why don't they care? I don't get it. Why? Well, why? Right? Or if you're like, oh, this customer's not doing anything or this coach isn't doing anything. And then you're like, then it makes you feel like less of a coach. Like, okay, I couldn't help them, right? Even though it's on them. And there's always a learning opportunity. There's always something you can do better as a leader. And I hope all of you know that I am always an open door and I always take it as a deep compliment. And it makes my friendship and my respect and love for you much greater if you're willing to give me feedback. Not from a place of judgment, but a place of love, of like, hey, I know you're always trying to be better. I love you. I noticed maybe you could improve in this area, right? Not from a place of like, hey, stop doing this. It's fucking annoying, because that's just rude and condescending, right? Like there's difference, but I digress. From that place, whenever you're thinking about what people aren't doing, it's always going to make you feel sad and less than, and that's never going to make you take bold, courageous action. It's never going to make you take authentic action. It's never going to give you pride and conviction in what you're offering. And so then you are going to attract no one or low-level people, and you're going to start finding more of what you're missing because you're starting to look for it, and then you're starting to find everywhere that it's not, right? Because whatever you look for, you're going to find. Whatever you focus on is what you're going to find. And then you're manifesting the very story you told yourself, which is that you're not good enough for people because they aren't responsive to you, or blah, 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 right? Whereas you can create a different story. You can create a story of, I love myself enough that I did the really uncomfortable thing. I addressed it. I put it out there, and I'm doing the hard thing, and I'm accepting it. And I'm accepting that I don't know, and that I'm sure time will tell. And that if it doesn't, I can't control their response. That I've tried to open up the door. I can't control how they feel. I can't control what actions they take. I can't control what they do. I've done my part. And I have to accept and move on. And then every time it comes into your mind, right away, you're not like, oh my God, I thought I accepted that. I failed at accepting it. You're like, you just remind yourself, you're like, when you're like, I'm not going to think about this right now. I'm not going to give it my energy because I put myself out there, and can't please everyone in the world, and it's zapping my energy to focus on this. And so I accepted and I'm moving on, right? You just remind yourself, because you're not just gonna be like, I accept this and then like never think about it again, right? But when you accept it and you think about it again, it's very important that you don't tell yourself a story that didn't work. It's important that you just go, oh, I'm catching myself thinking about this again. I'm not giving it my energy, because I'm not going to go into my day and take actions in my life towards my future based on the feelings that I get when I think about someone else's life and someone else's opinion. Like Rachel Hollis says, like, their opinion really is none of your business.
Of course, she would quote Rachel Hollis.
How did you first get into clowning?
Okay, so I scrubbed through the rest of the video because I don't think any of us want to sit here and listen to her say the same thing over and over and over again, which is exactly what she did until the last 10 minutes of this training call, which I'm not sure what she was training on. There was nothing but storytelling about herself. Maybe just start a vlog channel. I don't know. Maybe that will work out better for her. But there are some things she says that I wanted to point out at the end of this video that I'm going to play now.
You got to run your own life, because if you're worried about other people's opinions, other people's responses, what other people do with this opportunity, then how are you going to, right? We just went through the equation. If you're focused on them, you're not taking the courageous action you need to take. You're not being authentic because you're focusing on what they're doing. You have to focus on what you are doing. That comes first. And that is what boils down to leadership, right? Like, if you had a bunch of customers and they were all, and then they stopped doing stuff, and then you kind of fell off, but you don't even pay attention to the fact that your fitness journey sucks because you're just focused on what everyone else isn't doing.
Nobody's fitness journey sucks. Let me just say that. Everybody's fitness journey is unique to them, and it goes the way that it is supposed to go for them. Whether it be that they fall off of fitness for a little while and then get back on, that is the way that it is supposed to be for them. It is not for anybody else to say that they did something wrong because they stopped working out. That is a personal choice. While it is beneficial for everybody to be working out on a regular basis, that is not always the case. And nobody should be shamed for that.
That's also a really good sign for you. When I start picking apart other people, or when I start I'm open with Danny, but when I start like picking apart Danny and her leadership, I can quickly recognize it now. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm lacking somewhere. My brain's looking to distract me from facing my shortcomings. If you are picking apart someone else, or you're bothered by someone else and what they are or are not doing, that's your chance to ask yourself why it bothers you. And it's your chance to ask yourself, like, oh, I'm so worried about if everyone else is inviting. Am I only worried about that because I'm not inviting? I'm so worried about, I can't find people that want to do this. Nobody wants to work out. Nobody will even drink a shake. Are you even drinking your freaking shake every day?
I'm sure, I can't imagine that everybody in BODi is drinking that god-awful shake. That shake tastes like the earth. It's so gross. I even tried to put strawberries and bananas in it, and still, something's not right with that Shakeology shit. It's not okay.
Are you even working out? So then no more complaining about other people not doing it and letting it suck your energy dry. You can do it. If you give 1 second of your energy to worrying about what someone else is or is not doing, you better be doing it yourself. You better be damn proud of yourself. So I want you guys to stop and think whenever you think about someone that didn't respond or didn't sign up or signed up and didn't do anything with it, or is working their business and has fallen off. And I want you in that very second to say, am I a perfect 100% coach? Working my business the way I'm asking them to? Am I showing up on social media every single day? Am I inviting people? Am I listening to personal development and sharing that? Am I sharing stories that help people feel connected to me? Am I being proof of the product? Am I drinking my shake? Am I doing my workout? Okay, so I don't get to sit here and give energy about someone else not doing it. I'm acknowledging that my brain's just trying to protect me from facing my shortcomings but I'm not going to let my brain protect me from that because I need to see that so I can grow. That's how we get to the next level. I want to take a picture. Gosh, I really feel like there's something I was missing on this call that I was going to.
Man, she is one of the most toxic leaders I've ever witnessed.
Everyone that's on my team cup, we are all going to hit Success Club by Sunday. So if anyone else would like to join us in that goal, it should be pretty easy to sign 2 to 3 people up with the Morning Meltdown Super Block, because that's a very exciting block. I'm going to share the call I did with UK into the team page so you guys can see. I told them my story, so you can fast forward through the first 30 minutes of it because it's just my story. You guys all know my story.
Yeah, because she probably tells it every fucking week.
But the last half of that call, the last 25, 30 minutes is me talking about how to share the Morning Meltdown Super Block. And I literally choked up 3 times talking about how special the experience was. And so if you guys, like everyone at the end of the call, I did 3 calls yesterday, so it may not have been that call, but at the end of the calls, they're like, holy shit, like I'm fired up. I'm ready to go do the Morning Meltdown workout right now. Like I'm actually going to change my workout schedule around so I can do the super block now because you fired me up, right? So go watch that and borrow the fire and go share this with people, because ultimately you all on this team, you guys have absolute information of how amazing this super block is, because you've either experienced Morning Meltdown or you've heard me talk about it and you know how amazing Jericho is. You know how amazing she is at helping you feel like you're fighting for your life and you're like, you know, you get all your anger out and it's like so freeing and you're like taking control. It's like so empowering. You guys know that.
Didn't she say that like she wasn't going to complete the Morning Meltdown because she didn't have enough on her badge?
Morning Meltdown 100, right? Like there's no way I haven't earned that badge. Right?
So her then saying like, you've heard me talk about how great it is and how I'm always doing it. That's a bold-faced lie. And everybody can see it.
You guys have access for Jericho to talk directly to your people. You guys have Jericho giving me the freaking B15 book that she created that she's not even sharing with anyone except for like a couple of coaches, including me, to give to our teams. The like basically a 15-day digital version of the 100-day notebook with like journal prompts, which, man, it's secret sauce, right? To like someone having a great experience. Everyone here has the knowledge of how incredible and life-changing this can be for anyone, for people who love rhythmic musical programs, for people who are in CrossFit and might want to give this a try, for people who signed up with you 2 years ago and fell off the wagon and need to get jerked back to life and need some encouragement to come back and not feel bad about it, because she embodies that. She embodies self esteem. She embodies you're not going to be perfect. Come back anyways. Do it anyways, right? You guys know the gift you have. And if you cannot offer that to as many people as possible and get it in the hands of 2 to 3 people, you are gatekeeping and you are being selfish about protecting yourself and avoiding what it takes to share this gift with other people, because you all know that you know 3 people that can use this gift.
She is irate. Those eyes. Calling people selfish for not offering them a program that is an MLM, network marketing company program, instead of just supporting them where they are, is selfish. Because what is in it for them? Not a whole lot more than they can get on YouTube for free, basically. What is in it for you? More money.
I'm not saying you're a horrible person if you do nothing about that, but I am saying I want you to recognize if you do not help 2 to 3 people, that was your choice. And that was a result of your action. And so I don't want you to feel bad for yourself for 1 freaking second if you miss Success Club, because you're not a victim if you miss it. You made that choice. And I want that to be very clear. And do we all agree that if you do not hit Success Club in the month of August, you have made that choice not to get it in the hands? Heidi, you did not shake your head. Salome, you didn't shake your head. Do you agree? Because if you don't, tell me why, because I want to know why you wouldn't agree. because it's a limiting belief that I'm willing to break through with you right now on the call before we get off.
Here comes trouble.
Okay, here's this. Isn't it our job to present all the options, open the gates, and be there, and it's other people's choice to walk through?
Ma'am, I would like to award you with the Nobel Peace Prize, but I don't have that power. But God damn it, thank you for speaking up. I love this woman.
Correct. And it's your job to offer it to them, encourage them, lead them, and make sure they know what gift you're offering. If you offer that to enough people and you are convicted about the gift it is, you will sign 2 to 3 people up. So it's not your job that specific people join, but if you did not sign 2 to 3 people up this month with a gift like that, you did not offer it to enough people, and you did not take the time to offer it with the conviction and the knowledge. You didn't take the time to stop yourself from word vomit, or you didn't take the time to like send a voice memo instead so they knew what they could get. You didn't take the time to work through it with them, because if you don't agree that there are 3 people in your life that if you get to them and have the right conversation, they can do this and change their life, then we have a big scarcity problem. I know you know that there are 3 people that are connected to you in this world, that live in your neighborhood, that work where you work, that go to the same class as your kid goes to, that you can be like, I'm doing this, I'm starting Monday, or I started Monday, you should start next Monday. It's helped me release all of the tension and pressure of the demands of being a mom and a homeschool mom and a church leader and blah, blah, right? Like whatever you connect to with them. And it's 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week for 3 weeks. And it's a 2.0 version of a 100-day program. Yeah, start on Tuesday. I hope someone starts on Tuesday. I'm really actually looking forward to Tuesday, because I'm like going to make a big freaking deal about Tuesday. Like, you didn't start yesterday, start today. I'm probably going to love you even more if you start today. But like, tell them, be like, look at how many people, look at this life transformation this person had from the 100-day program. It's really hard for people to commit to 100 days. School starts in 3 weeks. You want to do this with me until school starts and see how much better you feel, right? Like, Heidi, you know that if you have the courage and you take the time to work on your mindset and your energy before approaching, and you have the courage to talk to the right people and enough people, you know that you can help 2 to 3 people do that. Correct? Yeah. Okay, let's take a picture.
Well, we just actively watched her gaslight that poor girl.
Oh, what'd you say? I'll be starting Monday? Yeah, it's okay. I'll be starting Monday too. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Don't forget, if you're going to be in the tracker challenge, to go update starting the 1st, because I'll be counting it starting the 1st. Love you guys. Good night. I can stay on for like 10 minutes if anyone has questions, but I do have to go to Trader Joe's before they close at 9. I'm going to mute for a second so I can read the
I'm just loving life staring at you, so just ignore me because I feel so disconnected. You got passion sweats? You're muted.
I said some things, but then I was saying, you'll have to tell me about text magic. It can be at a later time, or I can call you on the phone and put you on speaker and you can tell me when I'm driving.
Either way, I have time right now.
Is it like $1 million?
No, we don't pay a whole bunch for it. It's like they assign a specific, like a 1-800 kind of number thing. And then we can schedule texts ahead of time. We can send them, and then it's like it's $10 a month for a phone line, I think it is. And then it's like, depending on how long the text is, it's like 5 to 10 cents per message. It's not too crazy.
I think a better use of your time than telling me information.
Oh, hell no.
Would be to like go live or go get on your stories.
She just asked her for that information. She told her at the beginning of the call, or toward the beginning of the call, that she had information that she needed about this text messaging thing. Like, and then she comes out and says, instead of you giving me this information, I think a better use of your time would be to go live. Ma'am, what the fuck are you on?
So I would say that would be a better use of your day, and just going live and talking about it will probably help with the momentum of the positive feeling about it you're having, instead of sitting there like using all your energy telling me something isn't going to give you good momentum, right? It's like, I feel like that'll serve you in more ways than one. And then if you're still feeling fired up, then get off and then write a post and start the post with, you know, the feelings that the person who's going to read this, start the post with, do you feel like you just wake up and start reacting to everyone around you, and you feel like so many things in your life you can't control, and you're always busy reacting to your kids, reacting to your spouse, reacting to the demands of your job? And then be like, me too, but it doesn't control me as much anymore because I found, you know, like write a post if you're still feeling it. Sound good?
I needed your brain, because all of that is exactly how I almost started crying on the phone as you're talking, because it has been rough. I will have to send you a voice memo after I go live, because I don't want to forget this and get it all out. But I got a lot to tell you over the last couple weeks.
Do it. Get it out, but go focus on the positive, momentous part of like, there's someone else that I could connect with right now who maybe their spouse's parent just passed away. And maybe they feel like they're working overtime, trying to meet the demands of their job and their kids and help their grieving spouse and process their own grief. And maybe they're a really kick-ass person in a really shitty place right now. And maybe me sharing this and telling them with conviction that this will serve them will bring me a close friend in my life and help someone deeply.
Yeah.
Right. Like, think about that. Focus on that. Go share. And I'm going to go to Trader Joe's.
Okay. Have fun at Trader Joe's. Okay. Bye.
Well, thanks for coming on that wild ride with me. I was not expecting everything that we've experienced during this call. Also, if you're an individual watching this and you are on this person's team, first of all, my apologies. Second of all, you don't deserve to be treated like this individual is treating her team, especially when you're told a lie of it being your own business. Please, please, please don't join any MLMs, but especially BODi and especially this individual's team. Thanks for hanging out with me while I talk a bunch of shit, and I will see you in the next one. And I'll probably be in a better mood.
Pity how you work hard for me, but forgetting all the time. No, I don't like no